Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Gargoyles and Grotesques by Alex Woodcock, and this is part of the Shire Library series. So I read this book after reading a different book, A Little Book of Gargoyles, the review of which you can find on my channel. And this book, I would say, definitely has a more academic bent. It's more focused on the art history, on the theory, on the history, and just a lot more, I guess, academic bent as compared to the other book that I read. So this is more focused on the history, but as you can see, it's a very thin book, so it's a very much a sampler of the topic, and it's full of pictures, and it's very readable and easy to read. But as you can see, we get a lot more into depth with some of these than maybe another book would. I feel like this is a great starting point if you're looking or interested in either Gargoyles or Grotesques. My understanding is that Gargoyles are the ones that spit water off the roof, that remove the water to protect the masonry and the structure, while Grotesques are just these creatures that are carved for various purposes. I do have to say also that this book dives into the various theories, some of these for these creatures being on the roof. Some of these cases, we don't really know why these things were added to the roof, but there's a variety of theories. So this book takes the time to break down the variety of theories that surround these things on the roof, what they might be, the purpose, where they fit into the Christian church's teachings, or how they fit into the patrons of these churches, because a lot of the time someone will be paying for these things. There's a lot of unanswered questions around these, and this book takes some time to go into that. However, it is a sampler, so if anything in here interests you, you're going to have to go a lot further or go outside this book to get more information. I do think it's a great introduction. I do think that if you're looking for something a little bit more serious but still sampler, I would go with the Gargoyles and Grotesques by Alex Woodcock in comparison to the A Little Book of Gargoyles by Mark Harding. If you're looking for something that's not as serious, not as academic, maybe can be enjoyed by a wide range of audiences or by people who aren't looking to take this read any further, you could definitely go with this book. And this is by no means a bad book. I just feel like this is designed for someone who has a little more interest in maybe taking the studies of these further, or someone who wants to know more about the architectural history behind these items. So if you enjoyed this book, the Shire Library, which is kind of who did this, has a lot of other books in the series that you may also like. They have them back here on the back page. So they just have one on they have books on medieval masons, church clocks, medieval churches and churchyard monuments, the Green Man, and church monuments. So if anything there sounds interesting, this book, I don't know what you'd call it, series has other books similar. Also, there is a book that I reviewed on my channel maybe a little over a year ago at this point called Church Curiosities, I believe it is. And that one has a lot of other interesting features in churches. So if you find that that's the interesting draw of these creatures, or in reading this book you want to know more interesting things that could be found in churches, definitely give that one a read or watch my review of it, because I think that's another really great book that kind of introduces you to these subjects, and full of great photography too. So if that sounds interesting, check that review out as well. So I would probably give this a 3-star. It's definitely a sampler, definitely a little bit more academic bent, but very interesting, very informative. I learned a lot, and I knew that if I wanted to explore anything in here further, I would have the resources I need to take that exploration further. Other than that, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this book if you read it, if you've read anything similar or have anything interesting to recommend. I'd love to hear it. Other than that, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.